Welcome to tonight's session of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, quote-unquote Isekai edition. After clearing the Witchlight Carnival itself, our intrepid adventurers ventured into the Feywild. After promising Nessa's parents that they would be back 20 minutes later, a quick 20-minute adventure later, we'll see where we are. Where we are right now is in what should be Prismere, as the characters stand at the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. Twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape, but large sections of it have crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. As you take in your surrounding, you will see in the distant sky a great balloon made of patchwork material fly more or less your direction as it spins out of control as though punctures, causing the whisker basket that hangs to swing wildly. The balloon plunges out of sight, disappearing into the fog approximately a mile away.
I guess at that point, Nessa is finally coming out from the portal alongside with Luke. So, I actually got. So, good news! My phone was actually working, and I informed my papa that it will be coming out in about an hour. She stops as she saw the entire horizon in front of her. And it is. And what she thought was something like a secret room of sorts. She felt underestimated again. What is this place? I thought we were going to some sort of a secret room of sorts.
Marigold is kind of like hands over her eyes like a visor, looking at the balloon that is going down, and like, oh, they're not having a good time. She takes off her hat, like, reaches in, pulls out a meal bar, like, starts eating it. We got a lot of here ahead of us.
This is not going to last 20 minutes.
But where are we? What is this place?
Based on everything that we heard before arriving here, I'd be willing to suggest that we are now in Prismere.
This is Prismere? But this looks like something akin to the bayous back in Louisiana. Only much more worse and overgrown.
You should be right at home then, I suppose.
Well, I don't know. I think we might be done in this in an hour, right?
One way to find out.
I guess.
Or not find out.
Wait a minute. Where's that lady that was here earlier?
I don't recall her coming with, to be fair.
So it's just us.
Yeah.
It seems so.
Oh, Gary. Oh, Papa's gonna be worried over his head.
Okay, so home sweet home. Thrak mutters to herself, looking at yet another swamp with possible monsters that need clearing out. Can I perform any sort of investigation to start looking for tracks or anything like that near the vicinity of the viaduct?
Sure, go ahead and roll.
Honestly, I'm a little more worried about the person that just went down. Because I point to where the balloon just kind of went.
You mean?
The balloon just kind of, I guess, crashed.
Oh crap! You're right.
Wait,
Mhm.
you mean that there's someone who fell over?
No,
Yeah,
that balloon that we saw upon arriving crashed into the deck. We'd probably best start an investigation there then.
So
we help people, they help us. That's how it usually works. It's like
If
whether
only it were
by
that simple.
empathy or the fact that, well, like, those are the rules. It's like,
Then let's get going. They might be hurt.
Agreed.
And so they've tried their best to get going then.
Okay.
where,
So
where
it's
on this map did the balloon crash? I guess I can see the balloon itself right here. Is that where it
so
crashed?
to retake my sorry. Yeah, I think Steve was trying to say something, so I didn't understand it.
Hun? Hun?
Oh, okay.
communism?
So we've just got a message to move on.
Okay.
So, from my description, the balloon plunged into the fog. So you know it was crashing, you just don't know where.
Oh, then.
Could I try to do a perception check through the fog?
Sure? High DC because the fog is pretty thick from up where you're currently standing.
Well, then I won't. I guess I won't be able to see. Let's just get down first. Then I'll do perception. Is there any way down?
Yeah, there are overgrown mushrooms along the side of the causeway that you can bounce and jump on your way down into the swamp.
Gotcha. Athletics check then to get down. Athletics or acrobatics to get down.
Unless you want to take a bit longer and be careful. If you're careful, you don't need the check. If you want to just have fun and jump down, you can give me a check.
I'm not trying
Well,
to have fun. I'm trying to be speedy. We don't know if these people are alive, dead, or hurt. We need to get down there as soon as possible.
Then I like to
That
jump
is fair.
myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going for the jump.
Nessa, what about you?
I guess she's hesitant, but she decides to go follow after Thrak and Marigold.
Alright, then everybody give me either a group athletic check. Well, no, yes, so you can all give me your rolls. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Ness? Okay. Athletics. Alright, Ness, you good?
Nat 20.
Oh, damn!
Lou is
Well,
just speed climbing down.
No, lose.
Yeah, more like
All the things that just slabs
so-
into the ground, unaffected.
Marigold, on her way down, slightly miscalculated a jump and was thrown out of what? Oh shit!
I ended up getting.
Yeah, You're thrown off balance during your jump. So Lou has to jump and catch you to get you back with the others.
Like, and
Does Nessa
as he
do it
catches
again?
me,
All right, then I guess I'm going after my own goal, just to essentially get her going again.
Yeah. So yes, group
I
check succeeded. It was just that Marigold had a slight.
I was not bottom heavy enough.
Are you
My balance was
sure?
off.
I think you're plenty heavy
I guess
already.
But thank you very
Jack-
much, Lou. Thank you very much, Lou, for that. It saves me a feather fall.
Well,
So, as you finish bouncing off those mushrooms, you will land into the swamp. A giant crane, surprised by your little show, will fly off from where you are. You know, like you startled the bird, so it flies away.
Hmm. Let's hope that's the only wildlife around the area.
Oh,
Recommend we
Sticky
start.
mud squid. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, I was continuing, so you can finish your sentence.
We should head in the direction of the balloon. If you see anything that looks like debris, let me know. I'll try and track it.
right.
So, now that you are in the swamp itself, sticky mud squelches beneath your feet. Tangled mangrove grow out of pools of rippling water, half hidden by the thick fog, and purple mushrooms cling to rotting logs and stumps, rather than scattered throughout the march. Crickets that glow like fireflies chirp serenely before they're snatched out of the air by the tongues of angry frogs. Coming from one direction are several voices joined in a marching song. The singing grows louder as 6 bipedal rabbits, wearing clothing, emerge from the fog. 2 of them tug at the rein of a giant snail, and the others carry clubs and slings. I will now try to render that marching song.
Is
With sticks and stones we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare to one witty, swift, and stand-up hare. Scarf that's glorious, thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin, he'll show his cunning, a flash of his scarf, he'll take off running, quick as a bolt, his long scarf trailing, gasping, rasping, you end up flailing. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer, thanks to Agdon, long scarf, brigand prince of Prismere.
it's
However, they will stop their song as they notice you guys.
Hmm. Bandits. Great.
One of them was a feminine one, will come on and wave his club at you. This is a robbery! If you resist, we'll beat you black and blue.
Hmm.
That's a shame.
But what if we assist? Like,
Finish your comment first.
Nope.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you.
Who?
Oh, I thought you were
Me?
still saying, yeah.
Yeah. I would say, but what if we assist? Desist? Desist. Huh?
Hmm.
Trying to.
Please don't make this more confusing than it has to be.
Thrak simply says, "That's a damn shame." As she
I
once
guess
again
we'll have to persist then.
grabs her blade, and slowly pulls it out to make the distinct
Hang
sound
on.
of a blade gliding against the hilt.
Hang on. Like they at least warned us. Like we know we can't be civil about it. Like, right?
I am merely parleying with threats, as they have chosen to. As the blade leaves the scabbard entirely, and is then pointed forwards in roughly the same fashion. You beat people black and blue. I carve monsters into pieces. I suggest you think wisely before threatening us.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Make an intimidation check.
That is what you should do to see their reactions.
Mm-hmm. Be warned, I do not have a great charisma, but we will see.
Hmm.
Let me see. Do I have anything that would boost that? I don't think so, no. So just going to be flat intimidation.
Well, I will give you a bardic inspiration. Not to worry.
You're half orc. You have no, you have proficiency,
Oh, right, menacing. So I am.
so it's not that flat.
All right. Well, still.
Kinda like Mickey's girls. None of them are
Ah.
flat.
All right. Here goes intimidation then.
Yeah,
That's
miss.
like
Like,
tease.
like
19.
you can add a d6 on top of that if you wish.
I will not
I
say
think
no.
19 is enough. Don't waste your
Okay.
inspiration just yet.
Fair enough.
Well, that certainly seemed to get the Orangans, because they are Orangans, to back off. Their leader faltering. She had her club aimed your way, but you threatened her, throwing her off her groove. Oh. Ew. Well, that was a big old joke. Of course we wouldn't.
But
Please don't kill us.
you said you're gonna beat us to black and blue and rob our stuff, though.
No, that's just a bit of humor. That's just the song.
Yeah, I mean,
What-
what could they possibly rob from us anyway? I mean, look at me. I suppose they could just take my hat. Like,
Tell me.
with these clothes, yeah, no, they're not gonna last this place. Like, why would you want to take something so useless? Like,
Tell me, says speaking up to the rabbits. Where about are we, first and foremost?
What do you mean?
Relative
That's
to
a
the
rather
last
vague
mark,
question.
where is the nearest place of note from here?
Well, there's Slanty Tower. If you mean a settlement, there's Downfall to the north.
Tell me, did you happen to see a balloon that's flying by here earlier?
Yeah, they crashed into Slanty Tower.
And
Into the tower.
okay, so
More or less, the balloon got caught in the spire.
good.
Well, if
We have an
nothing
easy
else,
place to figure out where to go.
my thoughts exactly. Point us in the direction of the tower, and we'll leave you be.
And Miracle looks up, and it's like, isn't that over in the distance?
Yeah, they look confused at the question, but
And-
you have scared them shitless. So that girl is going to just point
Marigold's gonna point with her at the same time. Like, I mean,
Yes.
it's a tower.
And while you look towards the sun tower, they will run off into the fog.
Marigold will yell after them, "Nice meeting you!" And like,
All bark and bite, thankfully. Thrax says as she sheathes a weapon, turning towards Marigold. I know it looks obvious, but you'd be surprised how often a bit of minor illusion can throw a person off track.
"Mm,
Hmm.
maybe. Like,
So I guess,
this realm is pretty solid compared to others. It's like, it seemed like a safe bet that landmarks aren't necessary. Like,
so I guess all that's left now is just head to the tower.
I agree. We should head to the tower, as Ness suggested.
okay, like, we go at my pace because I can't keep up in this mud.
Do you need a
No.
lift?
Not that I would ever like ask. Like,
Just
It's
like,
your
if
own
it's
fault
slowing
for
you
wearing
down, just
boots.
get on my back.
like, halfway up my shin. Like, God damn.
It's your own fault for wearing heels.
I'm wearing boots. Thank you very much.
Also, what does that sound?
What does what sound?
Screeching in the background.
We
It's gone
definitely,
now.
we definitely need to get you a better mic, honey.
I can help with that if you need it.
You've already helped plenty, friend.
I know. Like, but yeah, like, if someone will deny themselves to carry me, that would be helpful. Like,
All right, we'll hop up. It's like offering an arm.
you're gonna need a lot more than an arm for all this.
Oh, I know. But in order to carry you, I need to grab hold first.
Jeez, buy me a date. Buy me a dinner first.
You never know. I might just take you up on that offer.
Oh, lovely. Like, I'm always up for a free meal.
Ness is about to follow after the two when she looks back.
You have trouble in the muck too?
No, it's just, well, not really, no. I'm kind of, had a few adventures here and there in the at the bayou back at home. Well, but that's when I was younger. And not to mention I don't have the proper footwear for this. You know, it's kind of funny. It reminds me of the stories back at home where we don't have to, where we're not allowed to go into the bayou at night. She says as she follows, because according to my papa, that's where the werewolf starts coming out. But
The loop gal? Like, no, sorry, that was out of character. I didn't mean.
No, you're okay.
My occultist is so.
You're okay. But I won't lie, I feel like I don't think I'm gonna be coming home anytime soon, aren't I?
You're getting home. We'll make sure of that.
Well, I was offered an out, but I had this hunch in my maybe it's a hunch or something in the pit of my stomach that if I let you guys be, something would happen, you know? So, and I came along because I couldn't help but worry.
It's
Well,
called empathy, child. It'll serve you well.
Do you feel any different?
Well, a little. At least you guys are okay for now. Part of me also now feels guilty because now I'm adding more fuel to make my family worry.
I'm sure your family is capable.
I hope so. And thus, she walks alongside with everyone in the party, but her hand is grasping very tightly onto the strap of her bag.
Well, I hope she's not too distracted.
Huh?
Because as you make your way towards the tower in the direction the iron gun pointed, you will come across a field of iridescent bubbles that bubble out of the marsh.
Oh.
Don't touch them. You don't know if they contain gas or something.
Well, to avoid popping those bubbles, you will need to give me a survival check.
Oh.
The group, of course.
Hold on a second.
Unless
Right.
someone really wants to pop a bubble.
Nope.
Right, I'm gonna roll survival.
Ah.
Oof.
Oh my!
Unless we know what they are, play the safer route. Don't touch them.
Ronya. We need
Mhm.
Marigold's roll.
For what? Like,
Survival.
Survival.
like,
I mean, you'll have to mess this up pretty... Yeah, I figured. You'd have to mess up pretty bad in order to do it off my back, so...
So that's a half and half. So we'll round up. You successfully avoid popping any of the bubbles. There is a smell of old cheese around you, but none of you has to breathe any of the gas. Or be touched by the gas.
Hmm.
And you reach the foot of Slanty Tower. A crumbling stone tower rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over, like me. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half. Hanging from the crenellations on the lower side of the tower's peak is a large woven basket at the end of a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp.
Wow. It's like I'm seeing. It's like I'm seeing the Tower of Sleeping Beauty.
who?
Sorry. Fairy tale story back at home.
Oh, like, I'd love to hear it at some point.
True. Right now, question is... How do we deal with that balloon? If there are survivors in there, that's a 30-foot fall. You said you're a feather fall, right? Oh, why am I blanking on this? Marigold. You said you had feather fall, right?
Yes, I have Featherfall. Why?
On the off chance things go wrong, I prefer you down here to cast it should our rescuees actually fall. That's 30 feet.
You're going to climb up there?
Well, if we stay down here,
All
then
right.
nothing's going to get resolved.
Let's see if we can actually spot the balloon first. Like,
All right. Can I do a perception check for just that?
To spot the balloon?
Yeah.
I was under the impression that we had, given that it was described as being 30 foot up.
Oh,
Yes.
Never mind.
oh, then that's a passive perception fail on both of our parts.
That's why I asked about Featherfall, because if somebody if a tower comes down and people come down with it, I would prefer that they get caught with Featherfall.
Could I make an investigation check or some sort of check to see how sturdy this tower looks? It's like, because it may be leaning, but so is the Tower of Pisa, and that's stayed for who knows how long.
Yeah, go ahead.
Still standing. What should I roll?
Still standing. Sorry, so yes, you wanted an investigation check, so I just said yes.
All right. Like,
Looks like a tower.
yeah, no, it just should be able to walk right up it. Like,
Hope so, as long as this thing doesn't start leaning while we're in it. I'm planning to go up. Anybody else coming with me?
I'll go.
Let's just hope that we don't have to use that strength of yours just to keep the tower from falling over.
But be careful, you two.
So you two are
I'll
approaching the...
Hmm?
So, no, I was moving on before you answered, so go ahead.
All right. I'll first give Thrag a boost.
Well, firstly, as you approach the edge of the bramble patch, you will hear a whisper. Psst, you there! I need your help!
Who goes?
Shh, shh! Not so loud!
What do you want?
Not so loud! I'm in a bit of a bind, as you can observe. I, Sir Talavar, as one of the Summer Screen loyal servants, ask that you free me. You see, I was in the midst of a daring escape from the vile Bavlorna Blight straw, when our balloon was set upon by an ill wind, and sent pummeling to its current unfortunate location. My pilot, the Honorable Wigglewog, did not survive. I've been trapped up here for a while now. Help me! I must tell my queen of the fall of Prismere.
Where are you?
In the balloon! I am locked in a cage.
Okay, I guess we are climbing. Alright.
Please be careful. There are two serpents asleep in the brambles. Just outside the door. If you waken them, they might put the squeeze on you. Or worse, devour me.
Okay. So, first things first, where exactly are these serpents?
By the tower's door.
Well,
He said
that
so in
means that
his
they have...
speech, so I won't have him
I
repeat.
figured as much. He also mentioned they might eat him, but they would have to climb 30 feet to do that, which means they'd have to kill us first.
Again, I can give you a boost up if it'll help.
That would be one way to do it. We could avoid.
oh yeah, no, like you have fun. Like,
We could avoid getting into the interior of the tower, or we could go the interior route after we kill the snakes and try from that angle. If you think it's worth the boost, but I don't think he'll be able to get me all 30 feet of the way up. No offense.
Well, no, unless we try.
Worth a shot then.
Meanwhile,
wouldn't be the
Marigold. Go ahead.
Wouldn't be the craziest thing I've ever done.
He's essentially going to kneel down and have his shield directly above him, essentially acting as a platform.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So your decision.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no. Zug, athletics check or strength check, but with athletics, I'm sure you will get a bonus. So
would get a bonus?
athletics check to see how good a trampoline you are.
More like a springboard, but yeah.
Yes, thanks. Springboard. To see how good a springboard you are.
All right. I do have a way to essentially make this better, but I'm going to see what I can do on my own first. I'd rather not use those resources.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Marigold is back here with Nessa, currently juggling a dagger, a wand,
Well,
and
here's
a
the thing.
bag.
I have shield mastery, and I can shove a creature 5 feet. Would that help?
You know what? We'll say you had advantage, so roll again. Try to do better.
Jesus.
Don't say that.
Please
You have
no.
inspiration.
Ow!
Oh,
Oh, there
we
you
don't
go,
need it.
Yeah. So Lug make for a very good springboard. Shaman, your own athletic checks will have advantage.
Athletics with advantage.
Or acrobatics, if you prefer.
Definitely going with athletics.
Ow!
Okay, fucking nat 20! That's what I like to see! So, we've got Frax running at Lug and his shield. Perfect timing. Jump, jump. Rup. And Lug is going to throw his shield up with track on top of it.
Yeah,
And she's
essentially,
going
as soon as Thrag has a foot on there, he's just going to spring up and just shoot her up.
Yeah, and she's going to be able to catch the basket's edge, and hoist herself inside.
All right. Once I'm inside, what do I see?
Well, inside the basket, you will see the corpse of the bullywug Talavar mentioned, as that person died in the crash. And at the bottom of the basket, you will see a silver bird cage lying on its side with a fairy dragon inside. I guess you're the one I talked to.
That would be me, yes.
I require your aid. I am in a bit of a pickle, as you can observe.
Yes, indeed. Tell me what happened.
Well, you see, I was sent to investigate the state of Prismere after its, let's say, its fall to the Hourglass Coven.
The Hourglass Coven. Interesting. Would this Hourglass Coven be
Hags. They are hags.
Belovna, Skabatha, and Enderlin, correct?
Oh, you know of them?
Indeed. You could say I've been on an investigation of my own of late.
Oh, marvelous.
On that note, Who sent you on this investigation?
Why, the Queen of Summer, of course. The Queen of the Summer Court.
Interesting. I was sent out by one of the ladies of Presmir's, one of her
Oh, you're
servants.
one of... Enfin, you were sent by one of... Shit.
I'm trying to think of the word myself, so I know exactly.
Zibilna. You were sent by one of Zibilna's warlocks.
Yes, I won't reveal too much detail other than that. It sounds like you and I have a common goal.
Yes, I imagine news is very difficult to get for a warlock since she's been frozen in time.
Yes, that much was made clear to us as well. Can I do an investigation on the body of the dead one?
Sure.
Let me just check here. Let's see. I have... Alright, so I've already got the proficiency set up. Running investigation.
Well, it is a dead bullywug with a rapier at its belt and notes about some sort of rebellions. Nice. So yes, with some sort of rebellions against some king of the bullywugs in Downfall.
And in terms of injuries, what sort of injuries does he have?
Well, it got beaten, and the crash was too much as it broke its neck. In the what's it called?
In the crash, yeah.
Ropes. Like while they were falling, the bullywug fell. A rope that was holding up the balloon came loose, wrapped around its neck, and that broke it.
And him, how did he die?
Should I, huh?
So Thrak asks, and him, how'd he die?
Well, my courageous companions had a bit of bad luck during our fall. A little more to the left, and you might have seen his corpse dangling.
Thrak looks over and takes a look to confirm. Does she see the corpse?
Well, the corpse is in the basket.
Oh,
I was saying that if it had rolled over the side of the basket, you might have seen it with the others.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. I might not have been clear in my explanation.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant. I thought that was mention of a second corpse, so that's my mistake. Anyway, well, your story checks out at the very least. All right, we're going down. So Thrak picks up the container containing the... What did you say it was?
It's a silver bird cage with a, what's it called? Fairy dragon in there. Give me just a sec, I've got a picture of that Sir Talavar. A very dapper fellow with a mustache.
What in the... What the...
That's giving me some, like, My Little Pony vibes right there. Remember the sea serpent?
To be honest, I was going to say this looks like something out of a Shrek film, but okay.
I mean,
I
that's
mean-
fair.
That's also
You know,
fair.
with that art, yes, like, both work.
So now I'm thinking about how to do this.
How
There's
to do
the
what?
there's the efficient way of doing this, which is going to look quite badass if it works out, and there's the inefficient way, which is going to look really stupid if it doesn't work out.
What's that?
Well, either I jump straight down and ask Marigold to featherfall us on the way down, or I try and climb down one-handed. Or I could technically do it with two hands. I could just hold the birdcage in my jaw, but that's still going to be a risk.
Mm-hmm.
The cage dangling from a tusk.
Featherfall's a spell, right? Not a cantrip.
That is a spell, yes.
I just don't want to needlessly waste spell slots for somebody else just so I can look cool. All right. We'll try to do this the boring way first, Threx says. And before anyone can say anything else, she grabs hold of the birdcage and proceeds to put it in her jaw before attempting to climb out and down the side of the angled tower.
Mm.
Well, that's an athletics check.
Mm-hmm. Tough one, but I'm sure you can do it.
Well, to be fair, I made a point of the jaw
Yes, that's
idea.
why that's why you don't have disadvantage.
Yeah, because I knew that would happen otherwise. Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah,
So, how do you start that climb?
So I
Wow.
imagine the initial attempt is to climb out the side of the basket and then attempt to jump from the basket onto the higher portion of the tower.
I could see that while she's not outright failing, she's not really making any headway down.
Yeah, so you at least don't fall, but the sway of the basket throw you off. So instead of getting a good grip on the tower, you slide along the stone before to manage to stop yourself.
That's gonna.
And with this awkward position, it's going to be hard to move.
Ugh. Well, this is awkward.
Are you
She
quite
did just-
alright, my friend?
Oh, so I'm fine if I've got to focus.
Marigold is on standby. Like,
Oh, I know. But if I fall, but if I tumble, I imagine you can save my ass. Then I don't want to
Mhm.
use your spell slot if I don't have to.
Yep.
Is she gonna be
I'm a
okay?
spontaneous caster. Not to worry, we've got her. Like, if
She's
nothing else.
fine.
All right. And Thrak looks around to see where the next handhold would be.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down and around. It's probably going to be a risk to take regardless, but she can either stay where she is forever or she could try and take the risk. So
Yep.
I'm gonna attempt to and
Give
effectively
it another
try
go.
another go at it.
Yeah. So athletics. That is going to go much smoother. As you notice a nice little handhold, foothold, whichever, to your right down that allows you to brace yourself and get a better grip along the wall so that you may actually climb down.
I imagine Thrak manages to perfectly time the jump down to the next one, grabbing on without any complications this time,
Exactly.
and making the rest of the way relatively easily. Before eventually taking the wooden handle out of her mouth. I love this. I love this. The taste of wood in the morning. Wait,
Ow.
that came out wrong.
What you do in the bedroom doesn't concern us.
Oh, oh, please. If only. Anyway, more to the point. It seems we have ourselves a fellow in our goal of trying to figure out exactly what on earth happened here. So you said he
Well,
was sent by one of the Fey courts, right? Speaking
where?
to Sir Talavar here.
Yes. The question, I'm going to need to repeat it. My headset
Yeah, so
had
the
a
question
little hiccup.
Yeah, so the question was, so you were sent by one of the Fey courts, right?
Yes, the Summer Queen. Also, could we please get away from the tower before the snake wake?
All right, fine. We'll get a safe distance away, and then we group. But we need to know where to head first. There was talk of a town north. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Is it
You
safe?
see,
In-
that depends on your understanding of safe.
What do
Because you
you
see,
Elaborate.
yes, of course. You see, Wigglewog and I.
Hang on. It's just my thing is that thanks to one of my, I recently went to Rune Knight. I mean, I have advantage on insight checks.
Mhm.
So 16.
Yeah, it's just a bit awkward because it's a mark of shame on his formerly spotless record. Because he's going to explain. So north of here is Downfall, a town of bullywugs, or a bullywug settlement. And in that settlement, there's a cottage on stilts that serves as Bavlorna's abode.
Mm.
He was, I'm sorry, so yes, so I was captured while investigating the Hourglass Coven's overtaking, overthrowing, repossessioning of the rulership of Prismere. And Bavlorna trapped me in this enchanted cage that inhibits my magic. Thankfully, Sir Wibblewog stole me away and fled in one of Bavlorna's balloons.
Okay. Where else do you know about in this place?
Well, there is Telemi Hills. It's a bit difficult to point directions in the Feywild because things move.
Great.
Not everything is set. But point of interest around here are Downfall, Telemi Towers, the what is it called? The inn at the end of the road, and the Toadway.
Now, I have a question. It's like, when you say the inn at the end of the road, do you mean that it is actually at the end of the road, or is it just called that? Like,
It is just called that. It crawls through the swamp on fleshy legs.
Interesting.
That is a very creepy sight.
I can imagine. Who resides there? Anyone of our coven, perchance?
No, No. The druid in charge of the inn is an old woman that has been running the inn since before the coven seized control.
Then I think our best bet is to head there for regrouping and figuring out if we can get you out of that cage.
Actually, the key to my cage should be in the possession of Jingle Jingle.
Jingle, jingle.
That's their name?
Yes, she lives atop Telemi Hill,
Tell me, heal.
not too far from here.
All right. Well, then I guess we're going there first. Anything else we need to know?
Bavlorna can conjure minions that looks like tiny versions of herself.
Hmm.
And the hags used an artifact to freeze time in Zibilna's Podes.
Hmm.
In that case, we should avoid the palace like a plague, lest we end up frozen.
Oh no, the spell the spell took effect, and while it maintains its effect, it won't capture more creatures in there.
No?
Oh well. Then for now we can keep that information in mind. But let's deal with the hill first, yeah?
Hmm.
Most certainly.
And more importantly, let's get you away from these snakes.
Yes, please. I would prefer not to end my career in the gullet of a snake.
Well, I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Hmm.
All right, Marigold, hop up. We're going back through the swamp.
Certainly. Like, people may notice that Marigold is like practically pristine still, even after her initial foray into the swamp.
How did you not have mud all over you?
And she snaps her fingers, and now you're clean.
Huh. I was kind of missing that old muddy shine.
That actually is wonderful.
Well, you know, lifestyle magic, that kind of thing.
Surprised you don't know.
Uh,
Referring to Nessa.
what was that?
Given your own abilities, I'm surprised you can't do it.
Well, that's because I don't know. It just happened since I came to the carnival. Or at least
Well,
maybe I had them, but they're so I don't know. But I'm gonna lean into the possibility that I have these abilities, but they've been dormant for so long until now.
Hmm.
I'm just left with so much
Well,
more
if you-
questions than answers.
well, if you want someone to teach you stuff, like, you can count on me. Like,
Yeah?
mm-hmm.
Well, I'm grateful for that.
So, as you make your way away from the slanty tower, you will come across that same gas field. So you're going to need survival to navigate it without popping a bubble.
Hold your breath.
Okie dokie.
That's pretty solid. Like,
Solid. Nice.
Okay,
That is good.
Hmm.
All right, so survival check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so Lug has a little, has an almost slip up, but Frack or Nessa or Marigold, you choose if you want to have a moment of role play with him. Grabs him by the belt and pull him back before he pops.
There's
Ball.
something pulling me by the belt.
One of your companions that succeeded. Since it's a group check, and 3 of you passed, it's a success. I'm just giving some flavor to your failure
Fair.
by having one of them pull you back by the belt.
All right.
Whom is up to the group.
Oh gosh, Luke, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just stuck in the mud. Like you can tell, he's otherwise fine, but he's got like a foot, like about knee deep in muck.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Wow, that's far in there. It's like, what, 2 feet on you? Like,
That's probably about 2 feet, 2.5 feet of mud stuck.
Should we help?
yeah, it's like,
Could I attempt to make an athletics check to get myself out of the muck?
Of course.
Let me just.
If your friends
Unless
help,
we-
you have advantage.
All right.
I most certainly would be helping.
I'm gonna help.
Mm-hmm.
So,
19.
14 and 19. Well, that takes a little bit of wiggle, but you get out of that muck.
I'm gonna say that while he does get out, he is then got like a good bit of mud, not only on his leg, but some on his party, a bit on his party members too. But it's mostly on himself.
Marigold is largely going to giggle and laugh. It's like, isn't it fun to play in the mud?
It kind of reminds me a bit of my time at the bayou, but as she adjusts herself, her hands unintentionally, although it's unintentional, but there was a faint glimmer of gold glimmer, and then suddenly her dress is clean.
A little spark came out of your finger and cleaned it.
Mhm.
Did I do that?
All right. It's like, it seems so. It's like, not, tell me, would you care to care for me to teach you the underlying basics of magic? It's like,
Yes.
now, granted, I'm no great master, but it's like, I can at least give you what I was taught. And like,
Okay. And that's Nessa's way in showcasing that she did prestidigitation accidentally, because these abilities are coming out piece by piece, but what's the proper way for this to describe the situation?
Exponentially.
Yep.
so we continue on our way, and
Exactly. So as
there's a lot of
make your
cleaning
way,
and discussion. Go ahead.
no, it's fine. So as you make your way out of this gassy area, you will find yourself in what looks like a battlefield with rusted weapons and armors strewn along the place. And as you get close, you will see 2 animated armor stand up from the bog.
happened here?
But they are a good 20 feet away from you.
Hmm.
Is that armor walking by itself?
Probably undead.
That's
Ancient
undead?
Could
battle.
I identify it? Like, GM?
Yes?
Could I identify it?
Yes, I'm just I was just trying to understand what type of identify. Do you mean the spell or the investigation to see?
Like a skill check, yes. Like,
Yes.
what is that?
Yes.
Religion
So yes.
or arcane? Like,
I would say Arcana.
Yes. Yes. That's the most clear.
okay, like. mm,
Well, those suits certainly look like animated armors, but there is a twist to the spell that you don't quite recognize. It shouldn't attack you unless you attack it first.
Yeah, like it looks to be an animated suit of armor. Like, but they either they put a variation on the spell or there's something else going on with it. Like, it's a little unusual. Like, but it should be harmless as long as we don't mess with it. Like,
So, not zombies or ghouls then. I suppose that's good for now.
pardon me.
You're okay.
Bless you.
Gotta get that nonsense out of my throat. Anyway, I'm like,
The question is, are they sentient or have they just been risen from the dead for some purpose?
I think they were giving instructions, and as a construct, they just do as they're told.
I see.
They probably wouldn't be able to speak with us. Like,
If that's the case, we best not disturb them. I don't think we want to fight on our hands unless we can't help it.
thankfully, it's very likely not undead. Like, it's not really a staple for the Feywild.
I don't think I have any weapons me to begin with. Save for this save for this pocket knife my brother gave me.
Pocket knife and the abilities you have available to you.
No, we shouldn't be taxing those abilities that are untested. Like,
Yes, leave.
having said that, like, and she reaches into her hat, like, once more, and pulls out a bag. Like, if you need to escape, like, and she hands it over to Marigold. Not Marigold, sorry, that's me. She hands that over to Nessa. Like, remember to use this pixie dust to fly away. Like,
Oh, thank you.
I shall give her my thing of pixie dust. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
and yes, I've had had it this entire time.
That's true. You won it in one of the competitions, right?
Yeah. But hey, if you keep it, you can use it later. So it's. I forgot I had this, but I remembered I had it at the right time. So
I was honestly juggling it along with my wand and dagger earlier as you were climbing the tower. It's like, you go, like, you go, girl, right here, like, ready to catch you.
So, as you make your way out of that waterlogged battlefield and away from those armors, you will be greeted by the scent of sweet-smelling fruit, damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets, sweet-smelling fruit, end sentence. Damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though a as though in a breeze, despite the absence of one.
Where would this be in the map?
South.
Right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So I have one big question for our GM here. Like,
Yeah.
does this seem like a place that would have fruits? Like,
Well, there must be a tree with some fruit.
okay,
Or it's
because
just a sweet smell.
because when I hear the term sweet smell, like my first instinct is like sickly sweet, like because that's normally the smell of a corpse. Like,
I mean, how sickly sweet something is depends on the person.
Ness, the moment she
oh, you.
the moment she smells that scent in the air, to some people maybe it's just her, but for something that smells sweet, it smells kind of sickly to her. And she's and the moment she smelled that, she's actually trying to look for the source because, well, would I actually roll for wisdom at this point?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
We're tickling your mind.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Save or
Save.
Ness? You good? Okay, she's good.
She's fine.
Yeah, she represses the trauma.
Um,
Whoop! Get back in the drawer.
You alright?
oh. I'm fine. It's nothing. It's just this air. Just this air is just obnoxiously sweet.
Obnoxiously sweet how?
You don't smell it?
Do I?
Well, yes, it's in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you've got a clogged nose.
There might be mud in there.
Might get stuffy in there.
Hold on. At which point, it lifts the helmet up so that only his nose is visible and gets the mud out of there.
Oh.
Brings the helmet back down. Oh no, I smell it. There was mud in my nose when I got stuck.
How did it get up there?
Mud gets everywhere when it comes to armor. That's why you
It's
need to
like
be more
sand.
flexible.
It is like sand.
Only less coarse. Until it dries.
Athractus, probably. I don't know about you lot, but generally, the smell of something sweet in a swamp means two things: either fairy tale hags in gingerbread cottages, or predators looking for deceivable prey.
Mm,
Keep your guard up.
right.
What?
Marigold will produce a wand. He's like, yep. Ready to go. And like,
So, as you make your way up the hill, you will be greeted by trees that approach you all. Three of them will stop about 10 feet away from you.
Like the trees are actually moving?
Yes,
Oh,
they
don't like
are
that.
awakened trees.
That's not normal.
Nope.
Well, it is in Prismere. Sorry.
Perhaps it would be best if we find a path away from the trees. We don't know if they are sentient or aggressive.
Well, they greet you and stand in your way.
Oh, so much for
Hello.
that land.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Hello, welcome. How long do you plan to stay?
Not long, hopefully.
Oh?
We just came to free someone we came across.
Tava is going to wave from inside his cage. Hi. Oh. I guess you've come to meet Jingle Jangle.
Yes.
Looks
She
to the
collects keys.
just looks at the fairy dragon, looking for some sort of response, or just to get an idea, like if they're feeling anxious or something.
No, what's it called? The fairy dragon, Sir Talavar, is just a bit embarrassed, so he gave a little wave to the trees when attention was brought to him as freeing someone you met.
Mhm.
So no anxiety, just a bit of shame and embarrassment.
Well, Lug is known for not mincing words.
Mm-hmm.
It would be preferable that we meet him as soon as possible. Thrak speaks up.
Ah, Jingle Jungle is friend.
Would you allow us passage, please?
Of course, just please be nice. She's recovering. Brigands robbed her.
Brigands? The rabbits, you mean?
Yes. Maybe. Maybe she didn't tell us.
How long ago did this happen?
3 days ago.
Oh,
Hmm.
then I guess we should.
Sorry, go ahead.
Then what should we do, Thrak?
Thrak turning to the trees. I assure you, we mean no harm. We will go and speak with her, nothing more, I assure you.
You seem nice.
Clearly you haven't met me that long.
I mean, you don't seem like a bad guy. Maybe a little menacing, but they are trees. They are bigger than you.
Yeah, that's true.
That can change. That can be changed.
Yeah, well,
Don't
we
reveal your
don't have
hand
him.
so soon.
Well, Thrak doesn't have an axe, and her sword is too valuable a fighting tool to be used as one.
Yeah.
And you got a spear. It's not easy to chop something with a spear.
No, but I can. I'm hoping we don't have to fight these things, but I know I have a strategy in case that turns out to be that way.
We're definitely not planning on fighting these things. I could fight them. It would just.
Yep.
I just.
I'd rather
hope-
not.
Yes.
I'd
'cause I'm
rather
gonna
not
have-
either, but I have a plan. I always have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Well, the trees don't plan on fighting you either, so they will simply part to let you pass.
Thank you kindly.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome, Your Majesty.
Nessa blinks as she double takes back to the tree. You're welcome? Your Majesty?
It seems your title from the carnival extends to everywhere in the Fey world.
What? But I thought that something only extends just for the carnival.
That's what I thought as well. But why else would they call you that?
Either that or news travels fast around here. Which means that the Coven knows where we are.
Likely.
No. They just keep up to date on the who's who. That's about it. And like, where you are, well, you know,
Turns out he's okay.
Well,
that's really not something. That's a lot of work to keep up on. Long story short.
oh, good to know that at least.
But it pays to know who is who. Like when things change. Like, that's a big thing about the Feywild. Like, so they'll recognize her on sight, but they probably aren't going to keep close tabs because what does that title even entail? Like,
I mean,
No
does
idea.
that mean that she is the threat? Like,
I hope I'm not a threat. I'm just a college student.
who was given a title by a carnival? Really now? I think
Fair enough.
at best you be considered an amusement. Like,
I hope it's just amusement.
Either way, reckon we go ahead and see her now. You still want to piggyback up to the top, or would you like to get off until we get back to the swamps?
I got it from here. I think.
All right.
But thank you very much.
Watch as Marigold somehow sink into the earth.
Oh dear.
Wow!
just
we're
steps
in a
on
hill.
concrete and starts drowning. Sim style.
Oh no.
So just respond to him. Either way, it was nice having company on my back.
Mm-hmm.
And Talavar at your belt. So, as you make your way up the hill, you will find a cave with its entryway shaped like a keyhole. Worn stone steps lead down into what feels like a cellar. It's chilly in here, and you detect a subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within the chamber, sputtering candles illuminate a multitude of keys dangling from taut strings that crisscross the walls. Hundreds of other keys lie strewn across the dirt floor. As you take in the scene, you hear the sound of keys jingling as a goblin emerges from the dimness. She wears a coat lined with metal keys and carries a flail that has padlocks for heads. She manages a faint smile and says, "How might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
Well, we're here on business.
Oh, and what matter of business?
And with a flourish, I present the cage that's in Thrax's hands.
He's locked inside his cage and he can't get out.
Oh. So, Jingle Jangle is going to brandish it from her cloak and offer it to you. Better you should have it than those long-eared brigands. First they stole Jingle Jangle's truffles, next they'll want Jingle Jangle's keys. Someone out to give them a good shaking down so they know what it feels like.
Interesting. These brigands.
Well, like,
Rabbits, perchance?
No, herring guns.
Yeah, like herring guns.
No mere rabbits. Jingle Jangle can handle a rabbit.
Well, we better
thinking-
start unlocking this thing right away.
Right.
Hmm. In the
as-
meantime,
yeah.
any idea where these brigands hide out? We encountered them before. I persuaded them to leave us alone. Yes,
Sorry, brain derped. Well, I need you to repeat the sentence.
So the question was, do you have any idea where these bandits are hiding out? We
Alright.
encountered them once before, and I convinced them to leave us alone.
Well, they live north of here, or south, maybe east. They live on a tree stump.
On a tree stump.
Yes, a big one.
A large
Character, I
tree
figure
stump.
what it. Yeah. Of character, I know exactly what they're talking about, but in character, I'm like, I didn't see it.
We're at the top of a hill, right?
Yeah.
You're inside a cave, inside the hill. Yes, you're in a cave in Prismere.
Well, once we're done having the discussion in here, I guess we'll have a look outside.
So, as you get Talavar out of his little predicament, he's going to fly out of the cage and stretch his wind. Ah, I was getting so cramped in there.
Can imagine.
No, nobody deserves to be locked up.
Well, I should report to my queen about this whole affair, but your valor will not be forgotten.
Please take care and be safe this time around.
Before leaving, however, he's going to untie his sword from his belt. Here, take my sword.
Thrak will receive the sword and examine it to try and determine exactly what it is.
It is a dagger, finely made. Well, it's not a dagger, it's because it is this side for you. This size for you. Because it is made for a fairy dragon.
So it's
You
a
are
fairy-sized sword, is what you're saying.
So yes, that's a +1 dagger for a small or medium creature, but a sword for a tiny one.
Thrak, looking over the fairy sword, basically just walks over to Nessa and says, "Probably be more useful for you."
Oh. I guess I kind of need to arm myself for whatever comes here. But thank you.
It's best you be prepared.
Yes, we hope it doesn't come to that, but preparation is the first step to safety.
Okay. Thank you, though.
You are most welcome. I am quite thankful myself. Have a good day, and may luck be on your side. You
Let us hope.
plucky adventurers. And he's going to fly off.
All right.
That's a dagger +1?
Yes.
Yep.
Hey.
So Thrak turns back.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say. So, on the topic of unlocking happiness, You think you're able to unlock someone's magical potential? Like,
Oh,
Jingle Jangle likes keys.
all right. Like, I was trying to make sure it was whether it was literal or like metaphorical. Like,
Thrak heads over to check the discarded cage. Is there anything still unusual about it?
About what?
The cage, now that it's
Oh,
unlocked?
no, it's just a bird cage. The enchantment would have kept you from lockpicking it, but now it's just a silver bird cage.
Well, in order to make sure that nobody else uses this for an intent, Thrak says as she drops it on the floor and promptly steps on the bottom of it to crush the cage in.
hmm. I was about to ask, what is the cage made out of? Like,
Silver.
silver. That's unusual.
Very unusual.
Yeah, normally it's cold iron. You know what? Forget it. Forget that conversation entirely. I forgot I'm playing 5th edition. Cold iron is no longer a thing.
Could Luke actually take?
Oh.
It's all like destroyed and stuff now, right?
Yeah,
Well, it's more like the
it's been
silver
stomped
metal.
on.
The silver metal's been flattened by the base of the cage, effectively. So the metal's all there if you want to do something with it.
I will hold on, take the metal bits
okay.
because it's pure silver. That might be useful later.
Yeah, it's not really pure, but it's highly concentrated.
Yep.
Might still be valuable in one way or another.
Because here's the
Yeah.
thing. Luke now has proficiency in Smith's tools.
Thinking of making a silver-tipped blade for your spear.
Perhaps, if it's enough.
Well, you know what they say, silver for monsters.
Who says
Or at
that?
least be able to coat my spear in silver, at least.
Well, that's pretty much what you're going to have to do. Like, nothing is made out of pure silver. That would be silly. Like, it would be silver plated, like, which is enough. Like,
Or silver cord, Thrak says in response. A little bit of silver never hurt against certain types of monsters if it's in the core of your blade.
I really hope that it doesn't come down to that, but it is what you said. Best be prepared.
Either way, nobody's using that cage to imprison anyone else.
Nessa looks at the cage. Lips purse before she looks away.
Notice?
Not ban of prisons either.
Does the cage trigger another saving throw, my dear?
I don't know. I don't know. You tell me.
No.
Okay, good. Okay. So,
No, all
It's
we
just
need
a
is a
cage, and now
smithing-
it's ruined.
so now what?
Well, for now, best thing we do is head outside. Try and find that massive tree stump that Jingles talked about. Jingles, sorry. Jingles is the name of a YouTuber I watch.
Yeah, it's Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, that Jangle talked about. If we can
That's
find it.
where is that jingle, jangle, jingle.
I like that song.
Yeah, ironically enough, the mighty Jingles, who is what I was thinking of, is a gnome rather than a goblin, but yes.
And so everyone heads down. Ness follows.
Well, essentially first we head up out of the cave and then have an observation from the peak to see if we can see this
Oh,
giant
right.
thing or not.
I forgot.
You're good. So, let's attempt to search for the skyline for that massive trunk. Do we see it?
Yeah, you see it in the mist slash fog north of where you are.
And so, ways through the swamps. Looks like you'll be backpacking again, Marigold.
Fair enough. Like,
So we never found that lady again. The one that led us to the mirror in the first place, haven't we?
Not yet.
Oh.
Don't lose hope just yet. We've only really explored part of this place.
Mm.
Right. I guess.
You seem distracted.
Distracted? More like, I just told my dad, I just told my father earlier that, that I'll be back in about an hour after we've gone through the Hall of Illusions. And, well, something tells me we're gonna be here longer, though, and I can't help but wonder if I made him worried or something by now.
When you made that call, almost no time had passed, correct?
No.
Then it may be the same here.
You forget time works differently here.
What?
For all we know, it could be 5 seconds for his time.
Yeah, even though it's been about 2 hours hike.
Mm.
Either way, the longer we stay deliberating and worrying, the longer it'll actually take us to get done.
Correct.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And thus, everyone is heading off. Ness is but her head is just now lowered.
Marigold will pat you on the back. It's like, hey, cheer up. And it's like, we got this. It's like,
So, as you make your way down Telemi Hill, you will find a iron key dangling from a tree's branches.
Yep. Hold
That's concerning.
on. Oh wait, shit. Why?
No,
Would,
Why would this be concerning? It's a gift for promising to avenge Jingle Jangle.
I
But
see.
where would this key go to, though?
I don't
Yes.
know. Jingle Jangle dropped it.
I guess.
well,
we'll have
like,
to hold
that
on
will
to
be a surprise tool for later.
Well, as the magician of the party, I think you should hold on to it then.
Absolutely. And I just put it right down the front of my suit.
So, next up, more swamp.
All right.
My natural environment.
Wow.
Wild places.
That's hilarious. You find this well with water gushing out of it.
Do we need to make more survival checks or not?
You will see. So, as you walk through the swamp, you will find a well that is spitting a steady geyser of water up to 30 feet in the air.
Whoa.
I need to check your character sheet. Character sheets. So, Marigold. Nessa. And that's it. You will see in the water above the geyser 3 trinkets bobbing in the water.
Hey, do you see that?
Hmm.
There's something up there in that geyser.
I see it too. It's like,
What are you thinking? Maybe we pull the same stunt we did at the tower. I go up there trying to
how
grab the
high
stuff.
up is it? Like,
30 feet.
As I say, maybe we pull the same stunt that I did at the tower. Feather fall in case things don't go my way.
I certainly can.
I have a question. It's like,
Yes.
gonna have to pull up my other character sheet to figure out what's like where I got this from, but would it be like inconceivable for me to send an unseen servant up that? Like,
No, that's perfectly
This
Doable?
doable, thanks.
I don't know if
it
this.
has a way.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is
Go ahead.
gonna be ballsy, but would shape water work in this situation?
You won't
Oh,
know
like-
until you try.
You know what? Like, I would like to see. This would be a great interaction for you. So let's go for it on your part.
I
Okay.
concur.
And I've got an option if things go wrong.
Oops. Sorry, meant to cast. Okay, so within effect 53 foot cube.
Like I have a feeling she's
Okay.
trying to push the direction.
Mm-hmm. So how do you do this? I understood you push it, but how do you do this?
Like she pushes it to the opposite direction to where she's facing it, in hopes that maybe the trinkets would actually fall down from there.
I pat on Thrax's shoulder. It's like, bring me closer. It's like, I want to be able to hit it with my magic.
Drive me closer! I want to hit them with my sword!
40k memes.
So, that is pretty smart thinking, so I will allow it.
Look,
So, your magic sees old, yes, that's English.
The magic is old.
Your magic seizes hold of the well's water for long enough that the trinkets that were in the water will fall in the mud, on the mud, by your side.
I did the thing again. I thought if only I thought of myself if I pushed the water, it actually did. And guys, I actually did it.
So, question
Hmm?
for Nessa.
What?
Do you let go right away, or do you try to keep the hold of
I
the water?
keep it. The trinkets are now in the mud, right?
Yes.
So they're out.
Okay, so
Yes.
they're out. I guess I'll just gently let go.
Well, give me an Arcana check.
Oh,
That nature? I think.
No, because it's her magic.
Ness. Okay, hold on.
My thought process was, well, she's druid, so surely nature magic falls under nature.
So with
That
that
makes sense.
60, You manage to, yes, let it go slowly in spite of the pressure that built up as you tried to hold the water in place. So yeah, you can look at the trinkets that fell.
And thus
Easy clean, easy clean.
and with that, she picks up the trinkets and just like
Okay,
earlier.
so give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Okay.
I'm
Oh.
rolling to see what it is.
And
So
okay.
you see in the mud a pair of sharp iron scissors, a teacup made of a mushroom cap, and a paintbrush made of ceramic, even the bristles.
Ooh, like
These are strange bubbles. But what my better question would be, why would they be doing up there?
on either case, they look lovely. Like
I guess we'll just hold on to these for now. She says as she puts them away into her bag.
Whoop! As you do so, there is a little blue flame that pop into existence by your side. Thief! Thief! Return that to the well!
Excuse me?
hang on now. Like
Oh,
you explain yourself. Like why would
There
we be
are-
considered thieves? Like
This is mine!
and who are you? Like you haven't even introduced yourself yet. Like
Oh boy.
I'm sorry if
I
that
need names.
makes you have
No,
to deal
it's
with-
fine, it's fine.
Okay.
They are just will-o-wisps in the book, but since you asked for an introduction, I need some names.
Yep. Essentially, to see if they're telling the truth that this is is indeed theirs, or they're just trying to rob us. That's what the inside check is for.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. So that's a dirty 20.
Ooh, nice. So yes, those items were their possessions.
Just puts. It seems they're not lying, but why were they in a geyser?
Indeed. Like isn't that problematic for you to have them there? Like
For one, I am sorry. It's just that they were up there and it just and I was curious. Since it really is yours, I apologize. I'll give them back.
but are you sure you want them in the well? Like
Why would you put it there in the well in the first place?
Won't do you much good up there.
more importantly,
One of
why?
the wisps is going to bob toward one of its friends. They aren't exactly wrong. Yes, but that doesn't belong to them. The scissors were yours. The teacup
Oh,
was
maybe-
mine.
At
Well,
which point,
maybe-
I'm gonna.
Maybe we
You
can
know
make a
what?
trade. Like,
Oh,
sorry.
trades.
No,
That sounds much
hold on,
better.
hold on. Like, hold on. Before that, like, Stida had something. I'm sorry, I talked over you by accident.
That's fine.
So what
Go
were you
ahead.
gonna say?
No, it's nothing. It's yours is probably what you got going on is probably much more constructive anyway.
We won't know until you speak up.
Go ahead.
No, no. We are sorry we spoke over you. Please share with the group.
Essentially, all he's doing is just cocking his eyebrow up. You don't see it under the helmet, but it's just a case of really.
You do that head tilt thing.
That is
Yep.
still a funny little bit. So, trade. That is a much more interesting prospect.
Okay. It's like, well, it's like among my possessions, and she
Nessa
flips
also,
out her hat. It's like,
Nessa also goes over her bag.
I happen to have this deck of cards, waterproofed, I might add, like if that is important to you. Like, I also have this lovely flute, like carved by a satyr itself. And last but not least, this holy symbol made of iron. Like,
I have this sprig of rosemary and and also this hand mirror, the silver hand mirror. And lastly is this strange is this whistle. She presents a peculiar whistle that has a butterfly on the butterfly on the shape of it. I don't know if it's made out of iron or silver, but it's but I had this ever since I got it back in England.
ooh, a foreign item from another world? Like, certainly a lot better than what I managed to have. Like,
So they'll trade you two trinkets for the rosemary sprig and the deck of cards.
Okay.
You can choose between the teacup made of a mushroom cap, the iron scissors. Give me a sec, my memory is. So yeah, the scissors, the teacup, and the paintbrush. So you can choose two of these items in exchange for the ceramic and the deck of cards. For the sprig of rosemary. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. Part of me wants to get the paintbrush, but what about you, Ruby?
I'm also considering the paintbrush.
Okay.
Like, a part of me is split between the scissors and the what is it? The teacup. Like,
I think I'll take the
Because-
scissors. You could take the paintbrush, or do you want the paintbrush and I'll take the scissors?
like my only concern with the teacup is I'm not sure we have anything that can hold liquids on us right now. Like, unless someone
Pretty
can
sure
prove me wrong.
everybody's got a water skin.
True. Like,
Or in Nessa's case, a water bottle. Or
I forgot
maybe you
that-
want a coffee thermos.
I mean, I have one water skin, but it's filled with water right now.
So yes,
I
Nessa,
guess
you
I'll
can
take
recycle.
the-
Sorry.
I guess the paintbrush and made of ceramic and the iron scissors would be great. Like,
Okay. So you make the trades with the will-o-wisps, and they are content to turn invisible again. You may
which
continue your road.
calls Marigold, calls out to them like, be sure to visit the Witchlight Carnival whenever you can. We're always up for more entertainment. Like,
I take that. I still kept the items that I take that I still kept the items that wasn't traded out. My mirror,
Yeah.
my rosemary, and my little whistle.
Yes. No, the rosemary you traded.
Okay.
Yeah, but you still have the whistle.
So let's see. Do you want the scissors or do you want the paintbrush? Because I'm good with either of those two.
well, I have a dagger. You keep the scissors on you. Like,
Okay. I guess I'll have
I
to
will
go
just-
into
let's
the
see.
Feywild trinkets.
Hold on. Let's see here.
I wanted to say something, but I forgot.
Tiny sharp iron scissors. Copy that. Alrighty. Rest and pepperoni sprig of rosemary. I apologize for that.
No, we were all in that together.
Okay. Okay. I still wonder what this whistle does, though.
Best not to mess with it if you don't know what it does.
She blows on it.
Oh no,
Did
not
you have
what they were.
Yeah, it
I just
doesn't.
best not to mess with it if you don't know what it does. Beep!
uh,
I can only imagine that when she blows on it, there's no sound coming from it. Nothing?
Is it on? I can't hear anything.
I'll never know what this whistle does anyway. She says as she puts it away back in her bag. Well, let's get going then. I just hope.
yes, I remembered my thing.
Nick.
Nessa, you can reflavor the water skin, sorry, as an item from our world, like a water bottle, a coffee thermos, or whatever. Maybe even a soda bottle.
I can imagine it as one of those I can imagine it as a thermos type of container.
Yeah.
The ones that turn where the cap turns into a cup.
Yep.
Okay, so that was my comment from earlier. So, as you get back on the road, you will arrive upon the inn at the end of the road.
Marigold has taken the time now that she's like pulled out the flute earlier, like starting to play
Which
it
is
while on
pretty
back.
good for you right now, since you can hear the rumble of more water than what was in the well, as the water level in the swamp starts to rise.
It definitely
Oh.
reminds me of the bayou.
So as you get to the inn, it will lower itself on the ground. The door will pop open, and a only human woman is going to wave you in. Come on in. The tide is rising.
Tide?
Alright.
And she looks and she can
Oh,
see.
no need. Don't dally. Let's go.
And I guess everyone is now inside.
I guess, but I'm on edge.
So as you get in, the older woman is going to crack her back. So, looks like you'll be staying here for a couple hours. Do you want me to tidy you over, or will you just take a seat and wait it out?
Hmm. Well, what? Do you serve food? Like,
Of course, my dear.
Well, I'd be happy to pay my way and provide entertainment too for you as well. Like for anyone else that seems to be like stuck here for the time as well.
That sounds great.
Indeed. In fact, I have a lovely card trick. Oh wait,
Oh,
Mhm.
you gave away your
not to worry. I have
cards.
other stuff.
Well, now your cards entertain the will-o-wisp. Well, if you can play a DT with that flute, I'll take it. Entertainment can be hard to come across, especially as Prismir stands.
Pardon me, I'm just gonna stretch my back out a bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it normal that it floods that the tides rises in these places?
Yes.
And you said it'll last for a couple of hours until everything goes back to normal.
Yeah, the water rise and okay, I was trying to get something funny, but it grows and shrinks, and the tide comes and goes. There, that sounds good enough.
Interesting. She says as she adjusts her glasses and looks outside to the window.
Well, outside the window, you will see that water very much covers most of the swamp, aside from some tiny patch of mud and stones, the grove trees, some big cattails.
Glad we're not doing this by boat at the very least.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is just Lou mostly just being cautious in an unknown land.
Mm-hmm.
But I do a detect magic not only to sense like magical items within 30 feet, as the thing implies, but I would like to also see if this whole flood thing is an illusion or if its very source is magical.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you see Lou concentrates for a sec, and you see the eyes underneath the helmet glow a cyan blue.
So you will see that there are some quality of life spells inside the inn, as the owner is most likely a magic user.
Mm-hmm.
But the swamp is filled with real water, and the tide is just Feywild bullshit, the usual. So it has a bit of a magic source, but it's not governed by good or bad intent. It's just the law of the place.
So this is indeed a natural phenomenon.
Exactly. It's natural
Okay.
to the Feywild.
Okay.
This area of the Feywild.
Yep. Just wanted to be sure on that front.
Yeah, no, better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, after you've made yourself comfortable, the innkeeper is going to... Mickey, what did you make everyone?
Hey, now hold on a minute. Boy.
So yes, sorry. So the innkeeper is going to come and serve some hot meals at the table. Come on up, eat up. You will need your strength.
Thank you.
I am thoroughly curious about how my entertainment goes. I think,
Yeah, well, roll a performance check, and we'll see how good you are.
certainly not flute. Gotcha. I think,
Hmm?
Well, that's a pretty
you-
solid roll.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want to add your proficiency in flute to that, then yes, you are. That's a nice
be
little
another
30
7.
something.
That's what expertise is.
Hmm?
Expertise.
Oh, yes, that's as
Yep.
well.
Unless you don't have expertise in
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, expertise is there. Like,
Yep, that's what I thought.
Okay. But yes, that was a very wonderful little ditty you made with your flute. That cheered up the elderly woman.
I also mixed in some quick change magic as well.
And you get an extra slice of plum pie.
Mm, delicious. Like,
So, what brings you folk in the in our wonderful Ever?
Hither? This is the name of the place?
well, we
It
have
is
various
now.
reasons.
I'm sorry. It's just that we're not from around here. We're just passing through.
Mhm. Ultimately, we have various reasons.
Oh, feeling
Me, I'm
secretive,
out
are we?
for. Ultimately, I'm here just on an adventure. Like, much like our dear, like, much like my friend here, and I take hold of Nessa. Like,
In my case,
hey, not to worry. Like, remember, like, adventures are not made by playing it safe. Like,
Um,
uh, so Nithrak takes a chance to respond as well. I was asked to search for the queen, former ruler of this realm, Zybilna. And it would seem, as you indicated, that Presmere seems to now be divvied up between hither, thither,
Yon.
and yonder.
Actually, Miss, that's Yon. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't yonder.
Anyway, so now the question is,
Things were much better under Zybilna. This inn was the talk of Prismere.
yeah.
Now I can only move around that swamp.
Oh.
and how would you feel if there was a chance to return Prismere back to the control of Zybilna?
Well, that would be. I would be very grateful.
In that case, allow me to ask you a favor. I don't know if you can control the direction of your inn, but if you can, point us in the direction of that great tree stump to make our journey a
Oh, you're
little
going to the
shorter.
brigand stowaway?
Yes. Let's just say the brigands need to answer for a certain theft in order for us to help somebody else out within the region before we get on to trying to figure out how to sort out Zybilna's little bind.
If you want to help the Lady of Frismere, you will most likely need to get to the other realms.
Are you saying this is just hither that we are in?
Yes.
Meaning that
If you want to
So-
get to Tiver and Yon, you will need a guide.
Okay. And who would have such knowledge?
For time.
Well, the best guide in Heather is a scarecrow.
Hmm.
He knows the way to Tiver.
Where does this scarecrow typically reside?
It hangs about Downfall.
The town, which is home to Ballorina, no less.
Mhm.
That does not bode well. Thrak takes a moment sighing and trying to think through the information. This job just got 3 times harder.
Great.
Well, I mean, there are 3 hags, so it was already 3 times the hassle.
True. But now there's 3 realms in order to get to 3 said hags. But it also raises a few questions about how we deal with each one. From what I recall, the hags are deeply suspicious of one another, correct? Asking the party.
I know this is, sounds stupid, but what's a hag?
A hag. Basically, a beast that takes the form of an old crone. Ugly to look at and even uglier in personality. Has powerful magics that are capable of harming and manipulating people. You've seen what's happened to this realm that was once part of Presmere. This hag is not to be underestimated.
DM, does the details sound familiar to her?
I wonder. That has a little you have a tinge of familiarity.
Are they tied? Are hags, does their power... I know that I'm shooting things, this is a wild question, but do you suppose their power is tied to some sort of an object or something?
No idea. I'm not that well versed in hags to know their weaknesses. I've heard rumors of a hag who was once trapped in a tree before a hunter basically poisoned her heart. But other than that, I have no solid information.
I see.
Anyone who gets that reference gets a cookie.
Ness presses her hand on the temple of her forehead, like to that of coming down to a little bit of a headache. Oh, I'm fine, really. I don't know. With the way how Thrax describes it, it feels peculiar. Maybe that's not the right word. Familiar?
How would it be familiar to you? So recently, you've never even dealt with it.
That's the thing. I don't know. I'm trying my best to remember so hard in this. But I think I'm drawing a blank. She says as both now she's pressing both now she's pressing 4 fingers onto her temple or something, trying to gesture herself to try to remember something.
Well, as you push against your mind, you're going to give me a save, a nice little wisdom save.
Oh, with normal a normal run or
Normal,
okay.
flat. Oof. So you're going to get flashes of pain, bad memories.
The first thing she hears in her mind was that laughter. The first thing
And
she's
that, sorry,
Oh, sorry. You go.
that laughter is going to deal you 3 points of psychic damage. And you can go.
The chortle, the laughter, and fingers coming, grasping at her throat. Well, she sees peculiar colors surrounding her. And that's and it's just like that. A sharp pain is has coursed throughout her, and she fell off backwards onto her chair.
Oh.
And lands on the floor.
Well,
Hey,
that seems like a good cliffhanger.
Oh!